Hey guys, so today I decided to film my go-to makeup look. This isn't necessarily like my go-to colors, but I mean they basically are. It's really easy, it's really fast, you know, nude lip, whatever. Let's just get into it because I've done this like 25 times and that's as good as it's gonna get. So. Alright, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this little Furless crease brush. Looks like this. And I'm going to go into the crease, just start defining it with Makeup Geek Creme Brûlée. It's just like a nice, warm transition shade. So I'm just going to tap off the excess and then start going into the crease, windshield wiper motions. Alright, so that's like basic. We have that like definition really quick. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the same brush and I'm going to dip into Barcelona Beach, also Makeup Geek. All of these shadows are going to be Makeup Geek. It looks like this. I've already hit pan on it. It's like one of my favorites. I use it practically every single day. So I'm just going to tap into that and then tap back into Creme Brûlée just a little bit. And then that kind of helps with the transition. And usually when I go into a darker color, I'll do that. It just makes blending a lot easier. All right, so that's the basic crease right there. So now what I'm gonna do is take Cocoa Bear, Makeup Geek, this like really warm medium brown. It's really, really pretty. I just dropped it and dented Dirty Martini, I think. So I'm just using the same brush. I'm not even switching brushes. I'm just gonna tap it off and go in and start defining the crease a little bit more. And then if you feel like it's not blended very well, or if you need to go and blend it out a little bit more, you can tap back into Creme Brûlée and just go over it. All right, so now I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush. I'm going to take a little bit of Mocha. It's dark brown. And I'm gonna tap off the excess and then dip back into Cocoa Bear. And then I'm gonna kind of like, I want it to be more precise, like I'm gonna go into the outer corner. So I'm just gonna kind of like push it together so that it's a little bit more tapered. And I'm just gonna go in and start defining the outer corner. Now I'm turning it to the side instead of using it and tapering it and going and being really precise. I'm kind of like turning it to the side so it's fluffier and wider, and I'm just blending that out a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the lower lash line and I'm going to use this Real Techniques smudge brush. Looks like this. And I'm just going to go straight in with Cocoa Bear. I'm just kind of like covering my whole eye bag. And then I feel like it got a little bit messy, so I'm just going to take this, my Sigma 3D HD precision brush, and clean up that edge a little bit. I always keep this handy just in case I go like a little bit too far. It's kind of like erasing. Taking the smudge brush, I'm going to go into Corrupt by Makeup Geek. It's just black, any black will do. And then I'm going to tap that off and go back into Cocoa Bear, like I did with the upper lid. And just define that lower lash line. I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush and I'm going to swirl it in Corrupt, tap off the excess, and then tap back into Cocoa Bear like I did before. And then I'm going to go back into the outer corner and just kind of connecting what I did on the bottom to the outer corner on the top. So now I'm kind of like focusing it a little bit further in on the actual eyelid rather than like just the crease. I got like a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but this, I don't know, this just a little bit like jagged over here. Like this part right here is poking out. I don't like that. So I'm going to use that 3D HD Sigma precision brush and just buff that out a little bit. It looks better. Okay, so now I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush and I'm just going to buff the outer part of that crease that we just laid in with Corrupt and Cocoa Bear, just to make sure that it's nice and blended. I'm going to go into the Grandstand. No, you know what I'm going to do? All right, I'm going to go back in with that Furless brush and go back into Cocoa Bear, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to right in this area. I'm just gonna kind of like bring that crease down a little bit, leaving like the darkest area up a little bit higher, but I'm just kind of like bringing that just in case like when I go in with the foiled shadow, I'll go over that a little bit so it'll kind of bring it up again. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek Grandstand. Is that what I'm gonna use? Yeah, looks like this. So I'm gonna take my ring finger. So I'm just focusing that really, really close to the lash line to begin with, and then kind of just tapping it out to cover that area. Now that I have it on, I'm going to take my Sigma something E54 medium sweeper brush. It looks like this. I like to use this to kind of like move it out. I'm just diffusing the edges basically, just with like patting motions, making sure not to bring it up too high so it's nice and diffused. And then if you feel like you lost any of that definition, you can go back in. I think this looks pretty decent. Now, what I'm gonna do is curl my lashes and apply mascara. Then I'm gonna put on some lashes as well. I am going to do my highlight before I apply false lashes because when I do my brow bone highlight, I usually get like a little bit of fallout and I hate it when it gets like all over my lashes and my lashes are sparkly. It drives me nuts. So I'm going to use the Sigma E56, is this little guy? So to highlight, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Starlight Illuminator. I would open it and show it to you, but I dropped it and broke it and I really don't want it to fall out. This is my obsession. Like I use it every day. It's so perfect for fair skin. So I'm just gonna highlight my brow bone. And I like to highlight in layers. So I'll do one layer first, kind of light, and then I'll go in with like a little bit more pigment on the tip and focus it at the high point, like the really high point of the brow bone. Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with highlighter. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm going to highlight my inner corner with, I'm going to use the Makeup Geek foiled shadow in Whimsical. It's this like really light lavender shade. It's kind of lavender, it's kind of pink, but it's so light and it's so reflective that you can't really tell when you put it in your inner corner. So I'm just going to use that same Sigma brush, the E56, and just go in the inner corner. And I'm going to concentrate it like right there. Usually I kind of like blend it out a little bit, but not today. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to take a little bit of that on that same brush and just pop it like right in the center of the lid. So cool. Usually I do my makeup in like really shitty lighting. I can actually see what I'm doing in here. The lighting has been so sporadic. I'm just like sitting in front of a window in my living room right now and I guess there's clouds, which is really inconvenient. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with lashes and I'm going to be using the Royal Eye Candy lashes in the style Aphrodite. All right, so I'm going to be using the Brush On Lash Glue from Glam Up lashes. It gets tacky fairly quickly, which is nice. All right, so while I'm waiting for my lash glue to get tacky, I'm going to line my lips. I'm going to use the NYX lip pencil in Nude Beige. It's nude beige, it's like a brownie color. All right, so now my lash glue's tacky, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pop those on. So I'm just going to stick them right on the center. I'm gonna take my tweezers and pull the bottom down and line it up with my lashes. Then I'm gonna go in inner corner and push those in. Okay, so I'm just gonna let those adhere, and then I'm gonna move on to the next one. Apply the glue to that lash. While I'm waiting for this lash glue to get tacky, I'm going to apply my lipstick. So for lipstick, I'm going to use MAC Creme de Nude, this guy. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the NYX lip pencil and just kind of blend those two together. I'm just kind of like lightly blending those. All right, so now I'm going to apply the other lash. So I'm just going to squeeze my lashes to the false lash. All right, so I'm gonna go quickly set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray because I left it in the other room. So I'll be right back. All right, so this is the finished look. Thanks for watching. Comment below, like, you know, all that stuff. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I don't know how to sign off. How am I supposed to say goodbye? Okay, bye. Bye. but I'm using a lot of my favorite. God, that highlight is so good though. Fluffy, pretty lashes. Peace. I don't even have like a little thing that you like screw the camera into on the tripod, so I had to like tape it onto the tripod. So, look at that highlight though. It's beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna start taking pictures for Instagram. Bye.